In this video, I'm going to be showcasing the basic movement tools for Maya. So you can see that I have a cube here in the middle. Now, at the moment, I can't really move the camera around. So in order to move the camera around, it's very straightforward. It's basically you hold Alt and use the left mouse button, and I can now move my camera up and down in all sorts of weird and wonderful directions that I want. You'll find that for most of the movement tools for Maya, in terms of moving the camera, that is, it's always holding Alt and using your mouse in order to move stuff around. So you can use the middle mouse button by scrolling that up and down. You can zoom in and out of the model. You can hold down, if you hold Alt and hold down the middle mouse button, you can sort of pan it across as well. If you hold Alt and the right mouse button, you can kind of do sort of like this slower zoom in as well. So again, to move the camera around, it's pretty much hold Alt and it's pretty much any button on the mouse. So just play around with that, try to get good angles around your cube, etc. Now the main thing is as well is how to move objects in a scene. So these four tools, or three tools, that is, actually four tools, sorry, that you'll be using is the selection tool, which is just the basic mouse. So you can just kind of select things here or around the scene. You also have your move tool, which, as the name suggests, allows you to move it in the three-dimensional spaces. The hotkey for that is W, and to go back to your selection, it's Q. So you can always just quickly switch back between them, so you don't have to always use those. Now, you may have noticed that there are these three arrows. These correspond to the different axes. Now, to know what the axes are, it's right in the little bottom here. So Y always is up and down, Z is left and right, and X being forwards and backwards. So I always say use these three these three arrows to move an object in a scene, because if you use the little blue square in the middle here, I can drag it in anywhere I want, but I have no real bearing in a 3D space. So having these three arrows really helps to define where you're moving your object in 3 dimensions. Because with this, it's really vague as to where I'm going right now. But it's up to you. You can always use this if you want. Sometimes you can use it for certain things. But I always say go with these arrows because they're the best things to use. Next to that, we have the rotate, and the shortcut for that is E. So Q, select, W, move, E to rotate. And again, it is based off the axes as well. So if you go into any of these lines or these circles here, you can rotate it in the various different axes as you so desire. If you want to rotate it in any axes, you just go into the middle here. Anywhere in the empty areas, you can just kind of rotate the model into anywhere you want. But again, I always say go with these axes here for a greater degree of control. And the last one is scale. So that will make it longer, shorter, taller, bigger or smaller, etc. And again, just like with the move tool, these little coloured boxes represent the different axes here. So with the blue one, I can put it in the Z axis, red, X, and the green one, the Y axis. And just like with the move tool as well, the small little light blue box will scale it uniformly. So it'll just make it big as it is there. And the shortcut for that is R. So Q is for selection, W for move, E for rotate, and R for scale.